So when we're going into door to door, I've noticed I went to a lot of the breakouts. I've seen a lot of the main people. We don't actually talk a lot about door knocking here. I haven't heard a lot of that. So I think, to me, I just show of hands. Who would like to go through the 15-second pitch? A lot of door knocking role play. Show of hands. Okay. The inspection process. Does everyone have that dialed in? Okay. How about going through the damage analysis, the assessment with the homeowner, get the close? Is that something that would interest some people? Okay, perfect. And then claim contingency. Does anyone have a problem with contingency contracts? That'd be something? Okay, so it sounds like the pitch is going to be the big piece, right? A big piece of this. So what I want to do is I want to break it down for you guys. And then we're going to actually have some people come and do the role play. So my pitch is pretty simple. And I'm going to actually just pitch it. Who would like to be a homeowner for me real quick? Okay, perfect. So does this door work? Okay, here we go. We're good. All right. So you just open this door for me. So I'm going to knock on the door. Hey, just 15 seconds of your time. I'm out in the neighborhood. I'm actually doing some inspections of your neighbors down the street. Just 15 seconds here. I've got a 3 or 5 available. Which would work best for you?
5 minutes.
5 o'clock tomorrow work fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Great. Grab his info. I'm done. How many of you guys, so when I started, that's all I wanted to say. When I started this, everybody starts the same. Hi, my name's Zac Johnson. I'm with Moose Roofing, and I'm out in the area, and there was a hailstorm that came through, and blah, 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 blah. And what do? Yeah, thank you, I'm good. They close the door. So what I learned is, how about I take away all the stuff that I thought was the right way to pitch, which was, let me start with my name. Let me tell you about my company. They don't care. He's watching the game in the house. He's watching the football game. She's cooking. She doesn't want to talk to you. So I got to activate their prefrontal cortex. I got to say, whoa, what's going on here? Let me pull back. What? You're doing what? You're doing an inspection? For what? Now they have to come to me, right? So what we're going to do, it starts like this. We're going to say how much time I need. 15 seconds. Anyone can give me 15 seconds, right? Anyone. No one ever says no to that. No one ever says no to that. So 15 seconds. I say, hey, I'm doing work with the neighbors. Okay? 2 neighbors down the street. I'll give them some time slots that I might be working with them. Maybe 1 and 2. Doing inspections tomorrow, 1 and 2 on the neighbors, okay? I'm going to talk about that there's 50-50 damage. I'll get into this in a second. 15 seconds, we're doing the neighbors, and then I'm going to give, this is the key to the whole thing, 2 time slots. Homeowners want options. They don't want to have to think. They want to just give you an answer. So many of us ask them questions that are very broad. Hey, how do you, what happened with the hailstorm? Were you here? What's going on? No. And I don't want to focus on selling them anything at this point. Nothing. All I want to do is get the inspection. So many of us try to sell within the first 5 minutes of meeting somebody. How can I provide any value in 15 minutes? Truly. If I sit down, hey, what I want to do is I want to get on your roof today, and I'm going to hop up there right now. Let me go grab my ladder out of the truck. How trustworthy do I seem? Not at all. Not at all. So let's do this again. Another homeowner, I want to go through this. So 15 seconds is what I'm going to focus on. I'm doing the neighbors down the street. I'm going to give them 2 time slots. And the biggest thing I want you to understand about this pitch is this is the key. No matter what objection they give you, just push past it and give them the 2 time slots. So what would be an objection that we commonly hear? Anyone? What's one that's really hard?
Gotta work.
What?
Gotta work.
You gotta work, great. So would 3 or 4 work best for you?
I get off at 3:30.
3:30? Great, so should we do 4?
Yeah.
Okay, what's another objection?
My roof is fine.
Your roof is fine, great. So let me just take a look at that for you, 3 or 4, which one is gonna work best for you?
My friend's a roofer.
Awesome, yeah, 3 or 4, which would work best? So this is what I want to tell you. So even with that, I might do it 3 or 4 times of giving him that same 3 or 4, which is going to work best. And if he goes, no, I'm not interested, that's the 10% that I don't care about anyway. So my point is, what's another objection? Like the hard ones, right? What? No damages. Yeah, that's actually what we're seeing. It was 50-50. So I'm just doing the inspection to confirm that. Would 3 or 4 work best for you? What's another objection? What's the common one? I'm waiting for the next storm. Great. Yeah, so let me just confirm that. 3 or 4, which is going to work best? No matter what the objection is, you just keep giving them 2 options. And guess what? Even if they don't want me to do the inspection, to get me off the stoop, guess what they're going to do? Pick a time. Every single time they pick a time.
They don't answer the door at that time the next day.
So, I don't care, because guess what happens? I go here. So I'm like, boom. They're like, yes, I like take, you say 4, right?
Yep.
I go, what's the first name?
Ron.
Ron, awesome. Last name, Ron?
Oliver.
Oliver, great. That's awesome. And the phone number for you, Ron?
321-438-7532.
Perfect. And an email?
Ron Black Belt Jones Oliver at gmail.com.
Perfect. So now watch this. We've only taken about 20 seconds of this guy's time. He's happy. I'm out of his hair, right? And I say, hey, Ron, here's the deal. So I'm going to come back at 4. You're going to be here, you said, right?
Yep.
So I'll knock at the door. I'm going to let you know I'm here. My inspection takes about 30 to 45 minutes, right? But I don't want to take up any of your time. So we can either schedule for something for after that at 5, or I can text you and let you know what's going on. Which works best for you?
Bro, you're just blowing my mind. So just if you're going to come, just come.
Perfect. So I'm going to knock on the door, and then I'll send you a text with what I find. How's that sound?
That's perfect.
So now, again, I'm giving him 2 options, but watch what happened. I got his info in 20 seconds. So now what I do is I say, hey, Ron, I did the inspection. I did find some damage. And so what I like to do is I just like to take you through my damage analysis, okay? It's going to take me 15 minutes of time. And what do you think I'm going to ask him at the end of that? Which time would work best for you on Monday, 3 or 4? And guess what he's going to tell me?
I'll get off at 3:30 to 4.
So 4:30 works fine. And you got 15 minutes for me?
Yeah.
So I like to control my schedule. I think like the biggest thing about work-life balance is none of us have it. None of us.
Yeah.
And it's because we don't control our schedule. Someone's like, hey, actually my wife's going to be off at, oh yeah. No. What works best for, well actually yeah, my calendar's booked then. I do have a Wednesday at 4, or I could do maybe 6 o'clock on Thursday. I'm actually going to be in the neighborhood. I tell them when they're going to see me, right? I want to have value in my time, in my schedule, and homeowners will value it a lot more.
What if they can't? You know, because often they're busy with the kids, school, something.
Yeah, awesome. So hey, could you just give me 2 options that work best for you, and I'll find which one works best for my schedule? It's just flipping it. 2 options is like the key to getting any close. Okay, so let's. What was that?
My husband needs to be home too.
Yeah, great, awesome. Then let's can you guys look at your calendars and we'll figure that out? I just need 15 minutes. And oh my gosh, if my homeowners did that, I would just love them. You're gonna make sure that both decision makers are there for me? Incredible. I'll take that. So let's go through this because we're gonna do some role plays, and I'm gonna have some volunteers come up and do the pitch because it is so easy. I took a rep that literally had no experience. He was about to quit. He didn't like door knocking, and I was like, man, I'm going to go out. What's a pitch that I can teach him? I'm like, man, it's so simple. We just came up with this year. In 2 months, $750,000, wasn't it? 2 months, $750,000. In a neighborhood that we'd already knocked, that no one had any traction in. And what do we do? 15 seconds of your time. We're doing some inspections on the neighbors down the street, Joanne and Sue. And hey, I just got to ask you, would 3 or 4 work best for you? I guess 4. Damage assessment. And then you know what I do when I'm done with the damage assessment? Do you see any reason right now why you wouldn't work with me? You know what the answer to that question is 90% of the time? No. Great, let's sign you up. It's that simple. It's that simple. And this is the thing I want to talk about on the calendar, and then we're going to get into this. So scheduling, I said, is very important. What hours of the day do you do nothing as a roofing salesman? I know them, but which ones are like, you're like, man, I didn't do anything from this to this. What is it?
12 morning to 3 probably.
12 to 3, right? Every roofing salesman's like, 12 to 3, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to sit around, I'll bullshit with the guys at the office, whatever that is for you. But I think we should really use that time and utilize it. So what I'll do is when I go out, I schedule from 12 to 3 inspections for the next day. So this is how my day looks. I'll do my adjuster meetings early. Okay? I'll do my inspections after that from noon to 3. Then I'll do my canvassing. And you have to, I apologize for my handwriting. I'll do my canvassing and then I'll do my contract signings. So that's my day. So early morning, 8 to 10, I'm doing my adjuster meetings. From noon to 3, I've scheduled my inspection, so I'm knocking the day before to schedule noon, 1, 2, 3. And then after that, I'm going out, I'm doing it all over again. So that way, my calendar is perfectly succinct. I know exactly what I'm doing at every point in the day, and it's always a week out. It's always a couple days out. And say I'm having a really good day canvassing. Oh, the inspection isn't tomorrow, actually. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. So I can fill up maybe I can fill up noon to 3 on Thursday, and I can fill noon up 3 on Friday. And I don't have to canvas that next day, right? But never go out past farther than 2 days. People forget about you. Okay, so only ever schedule 2 days out maximum, okay? Everyone feel that? Everyone understand that? Okay, so let's go through this. So, hi, I'm here 15 seconds of your time. I'm doing some inspections on the neighbors. Which works best for you, 3 or 4? You'll notice I don't talk about roofing. I don't say my name, what company I'm from. They'll ask me all those questions. And guess what? They're really happy to give me a minute 30 to 2 minutes to 3 minutes to ask all those questions. But I really only did take 15 seconds. Who wants to give it a shot? Okay, come on up.
But I think you're a fast talker. So.
When I get passionate, I talk fast, and so you got to slow me down sometime. Okay. So let's switch it around. You come on this side. I'm going to be hard on her. Does everyone think she can handle it?
Knock on it. You gotta knock on the door. You gotta knock on the door.
Wait, I'm not the knocker.
Yeah, you're knocking. No, you're knocking.
I'm not.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, snap.
Here we go. What can I do for you?
Fudge. Let's start all over.
So 15 seconds of your
Okay.
time,
Oh my
doing
God.
the neighbors, 2 time slots, that's it.
Okay.
What can I do for you?
Hey, I'm in the area. Just checked out some.
What's you not starting with? 15 seconds, that's all we start with. That's all we gotta focus on, 15 seconds. That's it, 15 seconds.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Did I just mess up?
Nope, well, keep going.
Okay. I'm in the neighborhood.
No, 15 seconds of your time.
Mwah.
Just, that's it, 15. Just start with 1-5, and then the rest of the pitch will come.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good.
Great. I am in the area where.
15 seconds, 1-5, 1-5.
Oh man.
We're just 1-5 to start. Here we go. Hello?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Great. I'm in the area. Damn, I just did it again.
15 seconds. Here we go. Don't get nervous. No, there's not hardly anybody in here.
Hi, I'm doing inspections. I'm going to be here in the area tomorrow between 2 and 3. What time works best for you?
2. But like, guys, do we notice this? We learned something new. We always want to jump ahead. 15 seconds. That's where we're starting. Because the important part is now that pitch would work just almost as well with the way I'm coming to her. I'm like, hey, what can I do for you? Like, I'm not aggressive. How many people have these homeowners? What?
Or the Ring doorbell now.
Or the Ring doorbell, right? So it's like, that's where I come in with the 15 seconds because you know what when I say 15 seconds, you know what that door does? Just that much more. Okay, I can give you 15 seconds. I'm comfortable with that. So that's what we're looking for is that 15 seconds. So let's try it one last time. 15 seconds of your time.
Did I do wrong?
Just 15 seconds of your time.
Hi, can I have 15 seconds of your time?
Yep.
Okay, great. I am in the area, and we are doing roof inspections, and I'm going to be back in the area between 2 and 3 tomorrow to do some inspections. What time works best for you?
What inspections?
For roofing, for the hail damage that just happened yesterday.
Oh, I don't think we got hit.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's 50-50, so, I mean, you need an inspection.
So when are you doing the inspections?
I'll be here tomorrow between 2 and 3 at some other neighbors of yours.
Okay.
What time works better for you, 2 or 3?
I think 3 o'clock sounds good.
Okay, what's your name?
Thank you.
I love she said, yeah, it's damage. That's awesome.
So the trick is, so I learned that like as I would go through, I'd tell people, you know, there is damage in the area, right? No one wants there to be damage in the area. No one. Especially if you're in a market where there's a lot of hail damage constantly over and over and over again, right? So I love this part because it comes off, I'm not selling you anything. And then you know what, my favorite question, how much is it gonna cost me? That's how you know you did a good job. In 15 seconds, if someone's asking me how much it cost me, holy shit do I have them. It's free of charge. It's absolutely free of charge for you. What's going on? But I have their cell phone number, and I schedule a meeting, and you're coming behind, and you're gonna get on the roof, show them 3 photos. Yeah, you have hail. This is a square, the insurance does this. That's what you're gonna do. No, so go for that. Like I can have 30 people do that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down with you for 15 minutes, and that meeting actually turns into like an hour and a half, because they have a lot of questions. and I provide all this value, and I pull out my FLIR camera, I go, did anyone talk to you about your ventilation? Right. So this isn't even about damage. Man, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to you, this hail damage. Because now you got to redo your ventilation. Do you know how much that would have cost you? That's about $8,000 value that I can do it right now. I can throw that in. What was that? Insulation, anything. Because now I've done a full analysis of the property. It's not just about the damage. So you're focused on the damage. That's the easy part. That's free.
You know what he was saying, though. It's like, what you're saying, scheduling out. In Florida, our thing is trying to get it right then and there.
Right.
And that's like, so if I'm scheduling, I do have that fear of like, oh, what son of a biscuit's going to come here?
Yeah. Just be abundant.
Yeah.
Guys, most of us, my top rep last year sold 40 deals. 48 deals? 30 some deals. 30! What are you worried about? There are so many homes. There is so many options. I don't care if 5 of them, you lose 5 of them, just go get 5 more. It took you 15 seconds.
I like that, man. It's good.
15 seconds of your time. That's it. And I promise you, if you apply this technique to your business, it will blow your mind. It is so simple. Everyone's like, there's no way that could work. There's no way. We go out. Where's Bailey? Bailey, a new rep, not a salesman by any means, but he cares and he loves on people, right? That's the truth. He's not me, but that's perfect. He's got heart and he's got will and he loves it. And this gives him the ability to close because it lets him get rid of all of the distraction. Wait, I only have to touch on 15 seconds, neighbors, 2 time slots, 50-50 damage. That's it. That's it. Questions on this?
Scheduling noon to 3, you're probably not going to be home anyways.
Perfect.
Just schedule.
Perfect. Because this is my opinion on it. This is my opinion on it. And I'm not great at this. I've been doing this for 3 years. Okay? 3 years. But what I've learned is that the way that we built our business from 2 million to 11 million in 2.5 years was because I did everything different than everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone would say, this is how you do it. I'm like, no, you don't. Even if it's terrible, it's so different that people want it.
I think what they're trying to get at is, does the homeowner need to be there when you do an inspection?
No, and this perfect. Thank you for bringing that back. So here it is. Most people try to get on the roof the first time, right? So how many interactions is that?
1.
What I try to do is I try to break it down to 3 separate times. Because what does that do? That builds a lot of credibility.
Yep.
Massive credibility. That's why I can close on the 3rd time, and really it doesn't take me a lot. Because if I'm like gonna go to a neighborhood, right? Say there's 80 homes that I want to work in, I'm really never leaving. Right? So it's not like making my schedule like really booked and I'm driving all over town. Like I'm canvassing my area and I just slowly work it. And so like the schedule is pretty standard. My adjuster meetings are in that neighborhood. My inspections are in that neighborhood. My closings are in that neighborhood. My damage analysis are in that neighborhood. So scheduling those times just helps me build more credibility. So by the 3rd time I go in and say, do you see any reason why you want to work with me? They're always like, no. Because I said, hey, I'm going to be out here at 3. I showed up at 3.
Yeah.
I said, hey, we're going to do a damage analysis at 4. The next day, I show up at 3:55. They're like, well, how many contractors show up the 2nd time even?
You don't find it better to work on impulse and get them on?
I'm getting them on impulse. This is impulse. I'm hitting them on impulse there. I'm hitting them on impulse to schedule the damage analysis. They just don't know what's happening.
Time to think about it, maybe say no that 2nd time.
Great that I don't want to work with them.
Because they don't want to pay you.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, the people who walk away from this, you don't want them as clients anyway. Who wants to give it a shot? Let's go. This to me this is everything.
Get it, girl.
Hello?
Hi, I'm in the neighborhood. Do you have 15 seconds?
What did she do? You never ask. You always tell. Always tell. Okay, here we go. So, 15 seconds of your time. Hello?
Hi, 15 seconds of your time. I'm out here in the neighborhood. We're doing inspections. Does 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock work for you better?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm with a roofing company out here. We're dealing with all the hail damage that just happened.
Okay.
Does 3 or 4 work for you?
You know, I don't think either of those times will work. I won't be home.
Okay, what time do you get home?
You don't even have to worry about that. So this is what I'm going to tell you. So what do we hit back 2 times again?
Oh,
You don't have to be
3 or
home.
4. You don't have to be home. 3 or 4.
4 works fine. Grabs my information. Well, perfect. Thank you. Okay, amazing. Let's give a round of applause. It's that simple. You guys learned to pitch in literally like 35 seconds. 15 seconds you learn to pitch. The 15-second pitch in 15 seconds. So the biggest part is we always come back to the 2 time slots, no matter whatever it is. I'm not home. Great, yeah, you don't actually have to be home, so is it 3 or 4, which works best? And then as I'm grabbing the information, this is a big thing I noticed with newer reps. And if anyone's trained reps, they get this part down. You know how they ask for the information? Like they need it, like the information of the homeowner is so coveted. Has anyone ever seen this on a new rep? They're like, what's your name? Could I get your phone number? And what about an email? Like, so that's another thing. Like when we go through this close, it's like, boom, you got them. First and last name, phone number, email. Perfect. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to text you when I get here. I'm going to text you when the inspection's done and let you know if there's damage because we know it's 50-50.
I have a question. When you're getting information from people, have you found that it's easier to handwrite it than it is to put it in a phone or iPad?
I think it's semantics. I don't think it matters. I think it's whatever you're comfortable with.
People are used to iPads.
Yes, and I mean, some people are analog. I had to learn that. Like, I love tech. I want to make our business as efficient as possible. I have some people, I'm like, we're doing iPads, we're doing this. And they're like, I don't like this. I like analog. And it took me a long time. I'm like, you do analog. Just make sure you scan it and put it in our CRM. So yeah, I think whatever works best for you. If you want to keep a notebook, that would drive me nuts. That would look crazy. I mean, look at this. It would be terrible. Other questions on the pitch? Other questions? Great. So that's covered. Pretty basic. Everyone's got that down. 15 seconds. So now what I want to do is I want to go, yes?
So after you do the damage assessment, you text them, you found damage, then you schedule an appointment for the next day.
Yeah. So what's the biggest, what happens after that? What's the thing that the homeowner typically says when I say, hey, I found damage? Because now they're a little bit onto us, right?
They could say, I'm gonna contact the insurance, right?
Great. Yeah, we'll do that. But let's first go through the damage analysis so you know what you're contacting them for. Okay? I'm the authority, right? I'm the expert. So I'm the authority. Now watch this. What a lot of my guys faced early on when we did this pitch and this damage analysis is, yeah, great, would you email that to me? Anyone ever have that happen?
Yeah.
Just why don't you go ahead and email me the bid? Yeah. Right, actually, in our analysis, we actually do GoPros, and so the file size is really large, so I actually can't email it to you. So, but like I said, it's just 15 minutes. So whenever works best for you, I got 3 or 4. That's the easiest way. The file size is too big. This is the most important part. I never, ever, ever, ever focus on the inspection. I do my pitch, and all I'm focused on is getting my inspection. When I'm doing my inspection, I'm sending the text, all I'm focused on is getting the damage assessment. Once I'm done with the damage assessment, all I'm focused on is the claim and then the contingency. So it has to be a linear thought process. What everyone tries to do is they try to put this step up here. But if I don't do the inspection, how in the heck can I get them to call in a claim? Does that make sense to everybody? It's got to be a linear progression. I only care about the inspection because I got to know if there's damage or not. Once I do the damage, then all I got to do is schedule the damage assessment. Once I get to there, all I got to do is focus on filing the claim. Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't talk to them about that until we're done. Like the thing is sold. And they're like, would it help you if I called the claim in with you? Not, I'm going to call the claim in with you. There is when I like the question. Because now I'm providing value. Okay? Other questions? I want this.
But you have a very confident demeanor towards the way you do things.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's doing it has to have the same confidence because it makes
Jake, talk to me about it real quick. So Jake came to me, right? Jake came to me, no sales experience, okay? Kind of nervous, right, about the whole experience, and had been burnt a lot in the past, okay? And I said, hey, I'm going to take you out for a month, and we're going to learn this, right? Super confident demeanor, like, oh my gosh, like salesman? No. But why did this work for you?
Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go.
Does he seem like me? No.
No, No, so yeah.
No. And you know what? This actually works better for him than it does for me. I just get so energetic. So when we go to the damage analysis, so any other questions on the pitch? Okay, everyone understands it works. Show of hands, you think it will work? Got to apply it. Damage analysis. So we do a lot of things. We do GoPro videos. We do FLIR cameras. We do temperature gauges. We do, just everything. Bore cameras. I want to look like they're so overwhelmed with information. They're like, oh my gosh, this guy's an expert. He's a doctor of roofing. No drones. Drones are like the kitschy thing. And do they actually show the homeowner anything? Anyone can fly a drone over a roof. Right? Really. And it doesn't really give us any detail. I'm so about the details. Look at this granule. Look at this singular granule. Look at how I can see the fiberglass mat. Look at that. Oh my gosh, could you imagine what happens in 2, 3, 4 years? So I'm focusing on the details. I'm drilling down. Where do I sign? I'm not joking with you. I bring my guys out and they're like, how did that happen? They literally are like, where do I sign up? No one else has even showed us like a tenth, 100th of what you just showed us. How do I sign up? And then this is the thing that we're just starting now. Who sells upgrades in the room? Okay. Impact resistant, premium shingles, right? How hard is it to sell an upgrade once the insurance paperwork is there? Okay, let me ask you this. If you've gotten all the way there and you haven't gotten an agreement with them, how easy is it to sell the upgrade? It's hard. Because anyone can come in after you. You did all the legwork and go, hey, I'm gonna upgrade you to impact resistant for free. And then all of a sudden now you're in a rock and a hard place, right? It's like, well, either I offer them that, I try to upsell them value, now I'm in a sales, I don't want to do that. No competition. So what I like to do is at this claim contingency part, we file a claim, right? And I go, hey, did you guys know what you wanted to go back with? What do you mean? Well, there's impact resistant shingles. Have you guys heard of those? I'll do a quick pitch, 5-10 minutes. Did you know for $100 a square I can get that done? I've already pulled the measurements on the house. We're in a 20 square house. What is that, $100 a square, 20 square house, $2,000. So perfect. So yeah, they have the impact resistance. So it's $2,000 for that upgrade, and it's $1,500 for the deductible. So your out of pocket is $3,500. Man, that roof's like $20,000. That's a pretty good deal, don't you think? Should we get that signed up today? How many bids they shopping? How much stuff they're doing? I'm selling the upgrade before we even get the roof approved. That way it's done. That way it doesn't matter. Everyone knows who likes USA in the room.
Oh, they suck.
It's great, right? They pay really well. So now instead of them going, well, they paid $450 here, they paid $850 here. No, it's just whatever the insurance paid plus. And guys, who thinks contingency is scary to homeowners? The word contingency. It's very scary to a lot of homeowners. It is. So this is what we do now. So it's like, you know what I'd like you to do? Would you feel comfortable working with me?
Agreement.
Yeah. So let's just do our customer protection form. It protects you that in the case that this does not get approved, that you don't have to work with me. You can go and choose any other roofing company to do the repairs.
Oh, I love that, bro. Customer protection form.
Man, it's the same damn form. But up top, it's customer protection form. I want to be protected, don't you? So that's a big way to take it from door knocking pitch to inspection to damage analysis. We're going to file the claim. Claim should be easy. We have claim cards with phone numbers on them. We go right into the contingency upsales right there.
And obviously, we don't make it a loaded gun. And it also protects me, like we said, if I get all of this approved and everything goes well, is there any reason you want to work with me? Well, of course I would. Then it also protects me and my time, so.
Some of the conversation I have is, wait a minute, if I sign, my insurance is gonna go up.
Right.
I don't wanna sign.
Can I ask you a question? How many times has your insurance went down?
Never.
Right.
But I don't want it to go up.
You just told me your insurance never goes down, right? Right. So I can't tell you it's not going to go up. It is going to go up. But that's how insurance works, right? Everyone else has to get a roof in this area. So whether you get a roof or not, sir, your insurance rates are going up because you're paying for that guy's roof and that guy's roof and that guy's roof. So I would take advantage of it if I were you. Oh, they cover deductibles? Ugh. I would not let them into your house or even near your kids. I want to sell them upgrades so that it's like, man, it's now I'm talking about $3,500, $4,000, $8,000, $9,000, and their deductible's $1,000. So now I can sell down from $8,000, and $1,000 just becomes a normal standard part. So if they're like, well, I don't want the impact resistant, great, I get that. I don't want the upgraded gutters, whatever it would be that you sell in your upsell. And then I get down and I go, okay, so you don't want that, you don't want that, you don't want that, so yeah, it's just that $1,000 deductible. Do you know how easy that is to get that check? Super, super, super easy.
But the other roofer that knocked on my door yesterday said he would cover my deductible.
Great, did he do the full damage analysis? Did he go through a damage analysis with you?
No.
Okay, so let's at least try that first. Because my value is so strong. Like, my thing is like, for $1,000, shit, I should charge you 10. My service is that good. My warranty is that good. And if you can believe in like what you're selling, which I think a lot of people that come to things like this believe in what they're selling, they put the best product on for the homeowner, they care about them.
Yeah.
Well then shit, $1,000 is like nothing, it's free. Right? If you can go through and have a contractor show up 3 or 4 times and be incredibly charismatic with you, take care of you, know they care about you, make sure that every step of the process is seamless, isn't $1,000 cheap? Other questions? I'll open it up to Q&A here, right? So I've got 5-10 minutes.
For a good salesperson, what would be the average amount of roofs you sell in a day and stuff like that?
I don't think it's about roofs in a day. I think it's about activity. So I think it's like we want to drive productivity and like how we schedule it. So I don't ever want to focus on how many roofs you sell for the day. I think it's like how many inspections did you set? How many damage analysis did you do? And so like that was one thing where I really messed up early on building the business. I focused a lot on this. How many doors you knock? Yeah. Last year we knocked like 23,000 doors with 14 guys. You know how many leads I burnt? Oof, just like grosses me out. Like how many leads I burnt because I wasn't focused on these linear progressions. When I put this in place, I was like, oh my gosh, our closing percentage went from maybe 1 in 10 to 8 out of 10. So the trick is you can see where they, like when they hit a pinch point and they're like, and they bring the true objection out to you. Does that make sense? So it's like, if it is the money, be like, would you, so, okay, it's $1,000 deductible, right? And I go, so it's the money. How much too much is it? How much too much is $1,000 for you?
Is it a lot to me?
No, so out of the $1,000, how much too much is the 1,000? So is it $900 too much? So now all of a sudden what happened? Now we're talking about deductibles. Now I'm just at a $900 sale. I go, great, so you could put $100 down today? Can we put that down to 2 and then we can take advantage of one of my 3 financing options for the rest of it?
Come on, that's good, man. That's good. I like that.
What else? Questions?
So you got the door, the inspection, the damage assessment. How do you transition?
From damage assessment to claim contingency?
Yeah.
So I'll go through my full damage analysis. It takes me like 30, 35 minutes probably, like when I'm ripping through them. Maybe an hour if they have a lot of questions. So I'll go into that and then I'll ask them, hey, is there any reason you want to work with us? They usually say no. And then from there I'll be like, so like let's get this claim called in, the insurance, we go through the deductible, all that stuff, right? We just go right into that. And most of the time I'll get the contingency pre-calling the insurance just because I like that better. I feel like it's a commitment. And then I say, hey, and just let them know you have your contractor picked out. So I'm really solidifying the relationship. So I'm like, hey, you want to work with us? Yes. Let's sign this customer protection form. Let them know you're working with Moose Roofing. They know us. They're happy to have us work with you. And then I just go right into calling the claim in, and I let them know, hey, my name's Zac Johnson. I'll be the sales rep on this. I'll come out for the adjuster meeting. So I just let them know the time. We're out of time, so maybe 2 more. What?
You're setting 3 different.
And guys, it doesn't have to be like that. If the homeowner wants to go right into the damage assessment right after you're done, just do it. Perfect. Like, I'm not saying you have to use my system perfectly, but this works like really, really well. And I'll have people like, can we just go through this? Absolutely. Don't be like, no, we need to schedule another meeting so I can build more rapport. So I got maybe time for 2 more questions. Oh, referrals I think is the easy part. I think it's hiring the right people, number 1. I think referrals, like there's no system to it. It's like hire the right people. that actually care about people. Like I have my guys, I have my top sales rep. You know that everybody's birthday, there's a gift for them. They have a baby, he's dropping a gift off at the baby shower. Like that's just a people thing. Referrals is like you can't force people to write thank yous. You can't force them to do this stuff. Like either you got great people and you can show them the process, or you don't. Like they should want to do that. They just made some of these guys. They just made you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and you're not willing to go buy them a $5 gift card yourself and go drop it off and say, hey, I value you as a person. Thank you for the opportunity. That's how I think about referrals. So we're done on time, and I don't want to be too, but like I'll hang out in the hallway if anyone has questions or whatever.